Good. God. Trick is hard, man. Right here.
Obviously, a huge talk right now is 2020 in Japan.
Oh, I love it, dude, right here. Oh.
All the work, all the blood, all the tears, all go into this 20 minutes of pressure-cooked skateboarders who are the best in the world, and I get to be a part of that.
So that trick, let's say I just did about 12, right? And I made 5 out of 12. That to me is not contest ready, but that just shows you where I am on the basis of the trick. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
So I started skateboarding in 1987, right? Things have changed dramatically since that day.
Contest side, endorsements, training, performance. It catches the core side off a little bit.
There's always been the jockey side of skateboarding, there always will be.
Since I started going to contests, it's the first time I heard skaters referred to as athletes. I would never call a skateboarder an athlete to their face.
You have your yin and yang, right? You're gonna have one aspect of skateboarding pushing this whole contest series on skaters, and you have this other that's pushing the fun and the great creative side of skateboarding that's like, all right, go do you.
There's obviously the core, and there's obviously this contest thing that's going on, and they're both like going in their own direction. There's more on the line now than ever, and you know, moving into the Olympics, it's only going to get more intense.
Well, a lot of people said I was like a park rat, and a lot of people said that like I couldn't skate in the streets, and it wasn't really that I was feeling separated, it was that I just knew that I was on this different path. KTR is my dad's idea for a skate park business. I went to school here from 6 to 14. I was in school here. To have access to an indoor park that's air conditioned, that has some of the best obstacles in the world, I mean, I don't really know how else to say it. It's like the best opportunity for a passionate skateboarder. But again, you know, there are certain aspects that, you know, that we didn't get, you know, like we didn't get that raw street type of vibe.
I think it's pretty chill.
Street skating is always more rewarding for some reason, just because you can go back and look at the footage and it'll be like timeless. What gets me most excited is street skating as hard as I can.
That's pretty sick though. Yeah, that looked like some classic skating.
When you do land it, it's like, I just did my job the way that I'm supposed to do it. And when you're doing your job the way that you should, it feels good, you know, so.
When I'm out in the streets, I definitely put a different type of pressure on myself to like do something that's outside of my comfort zone. As a pro skater, my top priority is to get a super sick video part out. I just want to land these tricks. I don't know what it is about my brain. Is like, I just have to do this trick perfect. I just really want a video part that I'm proud of, and like where I can look back on it and be like, dang, I did that at one point. For me, that's where skateboarding lives, and contests are pretty much secondary.
I never really understood the meaning of putting out a whole video part. I have all my best footage and I can go out and film 1.5 minutes of just banger clips. I figured I would just put it on Instagram. But again, like contests for me, that's something I love preparing for and like going and doing. Like that's what I love. Like I can't look raw and I can't skate raw objects because we just don't have that here. But I can do heavy repetitions and I can skate for 6.5 hours a day here. And I can work on specific tricks and work on repetitions and work on progression of tricks and work on tricks I want to get. I'm constantly thinking about ways that I can improve myself or ways that I can compete better.
There's a another really cool spot right over there.
That's right in here?
Yeah. All right. I don't want to make it too low. It's kind of cool if it goes up too.
When you're at the skate park, everything's made to be skated, and you don't really have to deal with anything has any imperfections. And when you deal with imperfections, it makes you be more creative.
See, somebody's got to build the spots for everybody else to skate. Dope ones at least. You don't have to do this when you're a park skater or a contest skater.
We're influenced obviously by street skating. That's where all of it started, from the streets. That's what's great about people making their video parts, is because spots are so difficult, or the rails are too steep, or the runs so short, or there's cracks in the road. These are things that makes it extremely challenging, and that's what makes great video parts. But basically in a contest, we want to eliminate those things, because these guys are here to perform as best as they can, because the better they perform, the more enjoyable it is for the audience and the fans, as well as the sponsors. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
It's the perfect cover, it's the perfect rail, it's the perfect run-up. But go to your DIY or like find some steep bank in the streets, you're gonna sit there and battle. You're battling this crusty ground, roll up, and you're trying this trick, and you finally get it, and it's like, all right, that's satisfaction. Like, you feel it, you're like, yes, I did that. Then you go to the skate park, it's like, oh, well, this is the same hubba at the SLS contest next weekend. Like, Street League, skate park. Like, all right, should it be called Skate Park League?
Yeah, I mean, that first day of practice, people will say that it's fun and that it's cool, but it is hard putting together a line. I spend every single waking moment thinking about contests and competing. That's like the truest form of my brain and what I think. That's the huge thing for me, is I want to be the best in the world at skateboarding, and I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna do that.
I probably would not be doing contests if money wasn't a factor. I know that sounds so bad, but trying to skate and trying to work, but you're really trying to be serious about skating, it could be hard. I know a lot of people that stop skating to get a job, you know, but if you're really wanting it, you're gonna push through.
I have fun in skateboard contests, but it's also stressful. I'd much rather be out street skating or filming a project. I always wanted to frontside flip the biggest staircase I possibly thought I could. And I mean, it's not the biggest frontside flip that's ever been done today, like Tommy Sandoval's frontside flip with 20 stair. But there was a time when it was like the biggest frontside flip that had been done in skateboarding, and it was just a part of the progression of skateboarding. Tommy saw my frontside flip and was like, I'm gonna do a bigger one than him. And I love Tommy, and we were just like, you know, literally going up stairs, step at a time. I have to go do this trick in the streets, because if I don't do it, maybe nobody else ever will, and I know it can be done. That's what skateboarding needs.
When I figured out that street and park is probably going to be in the Olympics, obviously that was a natural step for me.
Pretty dope, huh? That one's fun.
Competing for your country, I mean, what's a greater honor?
It would be something that my mom would be probably excited about, like, here, this is gonna be on your resume for the rest of your life, but you know, it's probably something that you can tell somebody at the grocery store when you're checking out. If they're like, are you any good at skateboarding? You can be like, yeah, well, I skated in the Olympics. And then they'll be like, whoa, cool.
For me, when I first got into skateboarding, it was rebellious. Whereas I dislike the Olympics, a lot of younger kids are completely okay with it because they say they have achieved this level of success, they've achieved this goal.
Success is very difficult to measure in skateboarding. Some people would say it's your Instagram followers, others would say it's how many video parts or trophies you have.
We fully support our skaters that are going to the Olympics, and we're stoked and we'll help them get there, but at the end of the day, I think it's just another contest.
These kids are getting so good at skateboarding, right? But they're doing it and it's repetitive and it's at their local park, right? It's like this fish tank. These fish only know what's in this fish tank. They don't know outside of that.
Skateboarding has both sides where, you know, people will tear shreds off you completely, but they'll also have a positive side. And I think that's the best thing about skateboarding. You always have that balance.
I mean, I don't go around searching for respect. I mean, I feel like this is my dream, this is my goal. I love skateboarding for what it is, its truest form, which is the happiness and love that it brings to me and everybody around me. And if that's really not cool, then I don't really care about you or your opinions.